Welcome back to the Kaleidosphere, a Dungeons & Dragons Play Podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Nathan. Joining me are Grant.
Lucky sure. I did literally nothing last fight.
Cody.
Jack Rackman, I'm feeling much better. Let's go to the next hole.
Pippin.
Moriarty just beating everything with my pole once again.
Absolutely. Unfortunately. And Alex.
Clacker Volks and a lean, mean rage machine.
Nice. Join us on episode 35
36. Yarg.
of our first campaign, To Whom the Sea Belongs. Go ahead and take just a second and check out our Patreon if you haven't done that yet. See all of the awesome goodies that we have there. Understand if you can't support right now, but if you are interested, just go ahead and head on over to patreon.com/thehomebrew to see everything that the network has to offer. Lots of good stuff there. Last week on the Kaleidosphere, you finished up some administrative responsibilities in Tristan, got Adarellan and Bodynook to run the spinning wheel. Bodynook only temporarily, of course. He's not beholden to the town the way Adarellan is. And then you headed across the Daggerall River to go to the Well of Fate. After spending a lot of time kind of figuring out the giant stone wheels at the well, you descended into two holes. The first one was just a room with the inscription, "May yesterday and today lead to tomorrow. What was and what is reveal what is to come." And in the second one, there was a puzzle with mirrors and a moonbeam, and it led to what was what I thought would have been a really riveting and intense fight, but which Moriarty just leveled with a series of fishing pole crits, as he is wont to do. That is where we are picking up now. You have found 2 discs, 1 in each hole. There are 13 holes left to explore.
That was a really great fight, Moriarty.
Oh, thank you.
I'm proud of our little crew.
Now, do we think we should finish that first? Or do we just leave it the way we left it?
Right.
Because we did get a thing out of it. The
What's
petrified
that?
wood. Should we go back to the first hole and finish it?
What do you mean
Even though we
finish it?
did get... I don't know, there's some sort of challenge there, isn't there? But then again,
don't
we
think
did
so.
get the petrified wood.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. We got the piece.
Okay.
I concur.
Alright.
Let's go to this one. I've carefully selected our next hole based on my vast knowledge of holes. And I choose hole number 11.
Da-da-da-da.
Does anyone dispute?
Could I get the what was it called? The riddle from this hole in writing, please?
I have it in my notes.
I'll copy it into the Discord chat, that way it doesn't get buried in
Thank
die
you.
rolls.
Thank you, Grant. I mean, I suppose any hole is as good as the last one, you know.
Yarg.
That's just not true.
Well, they're all about as attractive as the last to me, so...
I just disagree with that. That's just not true.
Alright, well, hearing no objection from anyone, we will head into the hole that Lucky meticulously selected for the group.
Painstakingly.
Painstakingly.
And did you have a specific reason you chose this hole? I'm just curious.
Yes. It's very hard to explain, though.
Well, we have to... right now I'm turning a bunch of the wheels, so I have to ask why we're going
You
to
wouldn't understand.
Cat stuff.
Can I roleplay like I don't? Grant doesn't know, but can I roleplay like Lucky has a very specific reason why he wanted that whole, like between
Sure.
like music and the way it's like going, and he would like explain like, you know, the way that it's just a little bit north of the left spiral. You know what I mean? If you go in like a clockwise direction, it's just very aesthetically pleasing.
Oh, so the reason's, just a load of bullshit. But I'm still fine with going down there.
Alright, I appreciate this, Moriarty and Lucky, but let's just go in the hole.
Alright.
Mitzka's tapping her turtle foot.
Well, ladies first.
Mitzka huffs and walks down into the hole.
Careful now. Watch your step. I will follow.
Mitzka is going in first. I would like both an initiative roll and a marching order.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I guess I'll follow Mitzka as Moriarty. So-
Okay.
I'll probably be behind Moriarty.
I can go after Clacker.
I'm in the back, baby.
Do we need to throw our tokens on? I'll just, roll my initiative anyways.
Yeah, if you just roll the numbers, I'll put them in.
14.
Sure. I got an 8.
I got a 23, baby. A 23, baby.
5 for the first one, and then the next one is a lovely 21.
Very nice. We will go in a marching order until combat might transpire. So Mitzka leads the way. Moriarty follows after her. When you get to the bottom of the stairs, Moriarty, you follow Mitzka into another one of those circular rooms. This one is smaller, kind of like the first one you went into. It's probably 20-25 feet in diameter, and there are mirrors in the walls at various intervals. Similar, so kind of almost an amalgam of the two chambers that you both went into. It seems like Lucky's system really did have something to it. And Moriarty, as you look into the mirrors, you see yourself, but it's not just yourself, almost as a callback to Kraz's lair almost a whole month ago, a whole in-world month ago. You see yourself in kind of the best possible positive light. Your fishing pole is a little bit stronger, crits a little bit more frequently.
How?
Every time.
Right. Clacker, Jack, and Lucky, as you follow behind them, each of those statements are kind of true for you as well. You see yourself in a kind of your best possible environment, you both internal and external. So you'll notice that as Mitzka looks into one of her mirrors, as Mitzka looks into a mirror across from her, she has kind of a distant look, and it's clear that she sees something else in the mirror, that it's not just a reflection of the room around her. I see Cliff's Bay, she says.
Oh.
What do you see?
I see my master, Kinawan, and you're not going to believe this, you're going to think I'm messing with you. He's riding a moose.
I mean, honestly, is that too far-fetched for what we've seen?
Yeah, why wouldn't I believe that?
That's up to me. I mean, that makes perfect sense.
Does the moose happen to be Yontor?
No, it's not Yontor.
It's Yord.
It looks, yeah, it does. It looks like the moose that we followed in the forest to get to the totem of Tagal. And,
yeah, that tracks, honestly.
As you all look over, you actually can faintly see this as well. You can see it's very ephemeral as opposed to being kind of a concrete thing that Mitzka sees. But the moose and Kenawan are the moose with it like gesticulating with its head, and Kenawan with his hand. They're beckoning Mitzka, and Mitzka says, "I feel like I have to get back to them. I have to go. I have to."
The plan is to, go back to Cliff's Bay after we're done with this stuff.
Yes, and I hope that you all make it very quickly. But if I don't go now, I fear that I'm needed there more than I'm needed here. I appreciate you all deeply, but I feel like me leaving Cliff's Bay in the first place was a mistake. I shouldn't have left my master. I shouldn't have left a city in need. I understand you had to go after your friends. Your priorities are different than mine, and that's fine. I think I in good conscience cannot continue to stay here.
Do you think you can go through that mirror? Is that what you're saying?
I'm feeling as though I can. I feel as though I truly see them. And she puts her hand on the mirror, and it does kind of sink through the glass.
No,
With
I'm no
her kind of
wizard.
halfway inside the mirror, she looks back and she says, "I wish
Yeah.
I wish you all the best, and I hope we meet again."
Lucky Nas, do what you have to do. Not many people get a second chance like this. I know we teased each other, but I do wish you the best.
Mitzka smiles and seems kind of relaxed for the first time in a couple days, and she says, "You too, kitty." And then she goes through the mirror.
Lucky's sniffling.
Jack, when you look into the mirror, something else looks back. It's not quite you the way that you picture the way that you used to picture yourself. It is, well, would you like to describe yourself, Jack? Cody, I think you know what I'm going for.
The way I used to look? Oh, well, yeah, you guys have all seen Jack kind of undergoing this, like, strange mutation in his journey. It started with his, like, hands becoming webbed and growing, like, thin, like, protrusions from his elbows and such. When you guys look in the mirror, you see just, it's, like, complete. It's jagged teeth, scaly face, fin-like protrusions where his ears would be. Kind of think like a creature from the Black Lagoon-esque, except, blue and with a big beard and red hair. And I would look back and be like, is that what I'm becoming?
And everyone else can see that indeed any remaining vestige of him, of Jack as human, is no more, that the reflection is accurate.
What?
I just kind of say, like, well, wave your hand. Let's see if it moves too.
I do.
Yep, it's a perfect reflection. You look exactly as the mirror does.
What's happening? I back up. What? Jack? Is that you?
Yar. I think it's more me now than it ever was.
I back up further. What's going on?
I was just a fish dreaming he was a man. But now the dream's over, Lucky. And I'm just a fish. It's turned me into my true self.
What? You're saying this is... You're changing back? I don't understand.
I've always been this way. I'm kind of a duplicitous being, if you haven't noticed. I was nice to that lady right up until it was fine, and then I beat her to death. It's not the first time I've done stuff like that. I've always been this way. Now I can't hide it.
Lucky looks pretty scared.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck's gonna happen to you guys?
I don't know about this, Jack. Are you... What of your following of Yold? Is it also is it a dark side or the good side?
I don't know. I would like to think that my traveling with you all has helped me bring out the best in me. We've helped a lot of people along the way.
Well, we did just kill a couple hogs. That's going to help account for something.
And once this is all done, we'll go back to Cliff's Bay and help them.
That's if Mitzka didn't just get eaten by a mirror.
I was very concerned about that until this very moment.
Well, to be fair, I'll take that with a grain of salt. You did just fully transform into a weird fish man in front of me, so there's still a concern she's eaten by a mirror.
Don't you understand? This is what I want.
Why?
My lightning just shoots from my fingertips. I'm powerful now.
Oh man, Lucky recoils. I think like scared, like he falls on his butt.
Yeah, Clacker kind of does a little step back.
There's no need to be afraid. I would never hurt you.
Well, if you say so, I mean, I always thought there was kind of something fishy about you. And I kind of just nudge him a little bit.
See, everything's okay.
What's the power for, Jack?
To steer the world.
Oh God, can you say something else?
This is what Yold has taught me.
Lucky looks at the DM and asks why you let me make his character. No.
Why indeed?
Quick, look into the mirror and get your deepest wish.
Well, the results for everyone else are quite less dramatic. You each look into the mirrors, and aside from Mitzka disappearing and Jack becoming a fish man, everything else is literally just a reflection of each of you. But the four of you that are still here each get the benefits of a long rest.
Oh.
You're saying I could have used spells in the last fight.
Only because you happened to choose the hole that gave you a long rest right after, yes.
Damn.
Oh, that's...
We should have picked a different hole.
Yeah, I get absolutely nothing from this.
This isn't a great long rest for me.
Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, I get short rest too. Long rest? That's true.
Yeah, both short and long.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Weird, I saw myself in there and I was a baby and my parents was a god and, that explains a lot of why I beat everything's ass. No, just kidding.
After each of you look in the mirror, one of the round stone cobbles in the floor pops out.
Oh, there we go.
Well, I suppose I'll just take that then, I guess.
Right.
Another one for your wheel collection, Moriarty.
Indeed, it fits nicely alongside the other two.
It's awful convenient, really.
It's really coming together now.
Oh, that's a bad one. Well, we'll have to talk about that later. Now let's go up there.
It's a little convenient, but at least it's not an obvious plot hole. With nothing else in the room, did Lucky have an elaborate system to pick the next hole?
Eeny, meeny, miny,
For RP purposes, Lucky does not say a word. For the first time ever.
Right.
Within, I say the topmost left one is the one we go to.
This one?
No, actually, the topmost left.
Oh, I didn't even see that one.
Just a fish person checking out holes in the stones.
So dig around with that until it opens up that hole.
Oh, a little bit nervous to lose Mitzka. Those blessings were quite helpful.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird without her, but, you know, she really seemed to need to get back there, and it was really eating her up.
Yarg, I don't know what to say. I hope she gets what she was looking for.
Moriarty manipulates the wheels to reveal the northwestmost passage, the one furthest to the top left. This one is pretty deep. It's about a 90-foot down spiral staircase.
Is there a railing?
There's not a railing, so
Oh.
it can be pretty tense if you worry about falling. But when you reach the bottom, it goes along a winding trail for some time. It's a little bit longer. It's the longest underground tunnel that you've seen so far in this particular dungeon. And here, I'll drag you all out since it's dark.
It's dark in here.
It is, and it's also enormous. This is by far the largest chamber that you've been in out of the... What is this? This is the fourth?
Fourth.
Yeah, so out of the four, this one is by far the largest. You actually get kind of the sense that it's as big as the surface clearing itself. Like, it fills up the entire chamber.
I had a feeling I'd be able to feel that if we ever found one that was that size.
Right. There are a series of columns, stone columns, spaced out among the chamber, kind of in a circle. The chamber itself is also a wide circle. And, let's see. Yeah, that's all you can see from this entryway, but you can obviously explore a little bit.
Was this where we're supposed to be able to see this? The energy?
You are supposed to be able to see the energy. There's a beam of energy coming from the wall, kind of to the south of you, down from your entry. It looks like a moonbeam akin to what you saw in the second tunnel that you went into, the one with the statues.
It's just kind of shooting down.
It's shooting down, yeah. So I wrote out where it originates, but it's blasting all the way across, just horizontally across the bottom part of the circle. So it's dimly illuminating that entire area as well. I'll see if I can add some lighting.
So it shoots all the way across here.
All the way across. Lucky, you find a large opening in the middle of a massive column that takes up the center of the room.
Do I fit?
You do.
I have an overwhelming urge to get in here.
Sure.
I don't know.
I just look how cozy it looks.
Yeah, it's not a tunnel to anywhere. It's literally just like a little crook in the wall.
Alright.
Lucky does fit inside it. So there are smaller columns, maybe 10 feet across, along the outer part of the chamber, and a larger column, maybe 20 or 30 feet across in the middle, and Lucky is curled up in a little hole in the middle column. As you were exploring, I think a couple of you found mirrors on stone wedges, kind of like from the other room again.
There's a mirror down here. There's more mirrors. There's a mirror puzzle.
Do the mirrors move? I just was curious if they were fixed or if they moved like the other room.
These mirrors move like the other room. If you explore the entire room, you can find 4 mirrors. Now, these mirrors do not rotate. It's like they're kind of slotted into the floor and ceiling so they can't spin around. Jack, you had an idea?
Oh, no, it wasn't anything worth time. It was stupid.
Well, what are you all thinking? What's the game plan?
Angle the energy into the hole.
Yeah, I think we move this one here. We move this one here. Listeners, I'm sure you love my hears.
Right.
Right here.
Right.
Grant, did I move the one to the right place? So there's a mirror that's facing, what is that? Northeast. So its back is to the laser, so that doesn't actually reflect anything.
Oh, okay. So we need which one is this way facing? Is it going, you know what I mean? Is it going this way or this way?
That one's facing southeast, so it would reflect at this angle.
Okay.
So it needs to go by me a little bit to the west of the center, because there's another hole here. Oh, but then yours is as well. Yeah.
We have to draw on them because otherwise it's not clear which way they go. So this one goes
Apologies.
this way. Which is no, don't be sorry. Which way does this one look? Oh, here we go. I think I found the missing one. I bet this one goes over here.
All right.
And then this one goes here into the hole.
Remember, they are always right angle bounces. So as it currently stands, the blue energy launches northward when you put that mirror there.
Yeah. And then this one goes here to put it into the hole.
Got it. Okay. Yep. The light does go directly into the hole, but nothing happens.
God, that seemed like the right idea.
Is there any writing anywhere? Does anyone see anything else?
You don't see any writing on the walls.
Huh. Well, it doesn't go in the hole. Maybe we have to use all 4 mirrors?
Can we shine a light on one of these pillars?
You can shine a light on one of the pillars around the edge of the room. They don't have any writing on them or sconces or anything else that seems like magical or mundane. They appear to just be stone columns that are holding the ceiling up.
I see.
Which one does this one face? Which way does this one face?
The way that you're pointing. Yep.
So maybe we move this one back just a bit and this one back just a bit so there's room. Actually move this one up here and then we move this one here and this one here.
I see, to kind of loop it around so it goes in a figure 8 to go into the thing.
Yeah.
So again, when you do that, nothing perceptible happens in the room. There's a faint hum from the blue laser, but that's been constant.
I want to get back in the hole and look around now that it's illuminated.
I haven't been making you take damage because you've experienced this laser already. If you get back in the hole...
it's that laser.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want that. I don't want to hurt myself. Never mind. Can I look where it's emanating from?
Yeah. What are you looking for specifically?
It's just if there's anything interactable about it.
If
I can adjust it.
It looks like you could shove something in front of it to stop the laser altogether, or to, block it up. But other than that, there's no writing.
Okay. And no inscription on the ring?
Correct.
I wonder if we need to get something else from a different room and put it in the hole. Or maybe we could just put the wheel in there. I don't know. All I can think is we don't have all the pieces. That's all I can think, because there's just nothing else to do here.
What if we extended the beam to wrap around the thing? So,
I like
moved
that.
this here, and then went that instead.
Sure. So instead of having a figure 8 right in front of the column, you have a figure, or not a figure 8, but a spiral rather around the column. Jack, make your choice between history and insight.
History and insight, my 2 favorite skills.
I thought so.
Only I could. Can I guidance myself?
I don't think so.
I will choose insight. 16.
Nice. When you arrange these mirrors and see the beam shooting across the room, it gives off a distinct appearance of a spiral, rather like a snail shell. The way you have the mirrors aligned currently doesn't quite convey that perfectly, but it's close.
I see. So we just wrap it out a little bit. We bend it out a little bit. Yeah, like Lucky's doing there. We just bend it out a little bit more. Fully tease out the snail shell.
When you do that, the hole fills with silvery blue-white light and hums faintly, like an engine purring a little bit, like the planes that keep flying overhead. What the heck? And nothing happens. The hole hums. That it hasn't done that yet before, but otherwise you don't see anything else.
I felt like that was it. That was so close.
Stick the wheel in it.
I guess we could try that.
You want to stick my wheel where?
In the hole.
And Jack, you stick it in?
Yeah, I'll try it.
When you do, all of the circles in the wheel, the 3 on the back, the 2 on the front, they all begin spinning like a gyroscope. They split apart, they whirl around one another. The humming gets more and more intense, and after a moment, the wheel gets kind of spit out of the hole, and the humming dies back down.
We need the completed wheel.
I think you're right.
And now it's going to take a bit to probably find the right entry point, from inside instead of outside. It's going to have to be turning these wheels for a good while.
You think that just happened?
Oh, I'm sure.
God damn it.
Could you repeat that? I didn't quite follow.
With the wheel that turns the top sides, those stone platforms, so we find all the holes.
Uh-huh.
It just went really spinny down while we're in here, so I'm afraid that we may be
We're stuck in here.
temporarily stuck down inside this place until we can
That's
figure
not
it
the
out.
vibe I got. I
blind.
got the vibe the mirrors spun.
Oh no, the components of the wheel spun.
Oh.
So we gotta do it blind in the hole probably to figure out how to get back out of the hole.
It's gonna take us hours.
Moriarty, it doesn't actually take you that long, because you remember you were in the, furthest northwest of these, so if you just put all of the wheels back up toward the northwest, then,
Good thinking, Moriarty.
yeah,
I'm a
you
genius,
You picked a good one to get
Yarr.
lost in, because this one is pretty easy to find your way back out of.
Thank
So
God.
we just have to complete the wheel and then come back down this one?
That's what I got. That's the vibe
Yeah,
I
that's what
got.
it seems like.
Alright. Well, only 11 more holes to go down.
God, my scales are itchy.
Stop itching him.
Lucky remembers and goes quiet again.
Do you need some water there, buddy?
Or maybe thirsty.
Oh, it's up at this one is where you think is the end.
Yarr.
Alright, so I picked out the end tile.
Next hole.
Let's go here to the most eastern one.
The easternmost one descends maybe 30 feet. It's one of the more shallow passages. Again, you're kind of old hats at this point. You make your way down the rocky spiral staircase, walk through a short passage. I do need to know if you're maintaining the same walking order just without Mitzka, or if you mix it up.
Sounds fine to me. I'm willing to go first if you need me to.
Sure, you can go first. I'll go
I don't have
second or
light.
something.
I feel like Moriarty has
I'll light the
fucking
torch and then I'll walk first.
Okay.
So you have Sentinel and everything. You should definitely go first.
I mean, it does make the most sense.
I mean, I could hit somebody that hits him in the first.
I would appreciate it if you do that.
I mean, I guess then in that case it would be Clocker, me behind Clocker, and then you guys behind us.
I think you should go first.
I already said I'll go first. Just gotta light the torch first.
All right.
See, you're misleading to the things in the dark because it's you, and then right behind you, where they can't see, is me.
Is that the end of a spiral, Nathan? That last hole? Is that what I'm seeing now?
Oh.
Yes.
On the top
Yarg.
layer?
Yes, that is what you're seeing now.
Okay. I was trying to... You switched maps just as it was starting to fall into place for me.
Yep.
This is giving me Junji Ito vibes. Spiral.
Well, everything is black for me, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You can't just put anything you want in the Fibonacci spiral.
Junji Ito.
Cat.
Uzumaki.
What is it? What's the old meme? You can't just put the Fibonacci spiral on top of whatever the fuck you want.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. I couldn't remember. That's an oldie.
Okay, Moriarty, as you make your way through this hallway, you come to a room that has gentle magical lighting, kind of that same silvery ambiance you've gotten from some of the other holes that you've been in. But I put something in your journal.
You don't know
can
what holes I've been in.
Moriarty, can you describe the kind of map that you see? Each of you also got, I shared this with each of you. You have a handout that you should be able to pull up and see kind of the room.
Sure, it's black. Oh, we have a handout.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about look at the map. And it was like, it's kind of a blackish square, really. Well,
So you have
it's,
you have a bird's eye view of a map.
let's see, it's gridded up. Let's see, that's probably 100, at least 100 feet across. It looks like square, I don't know, lots of squares. But it's turquoise, and then there's some light, very see-through, very light pink, and then a little bit darker, less see-through, less opaque pink squares in different shapes. And then there's some dark red ones.
So what Moriarty is describing, you all walked in on the south side of this map. There's some kind of, river of bioluminescent goo running through the ground far below you. And then, stone or molten stone or some other color that's mingling with the goo below that. And there's bridges across the room, but the bridges don't appear to go all the way across. They appear to kind of be broken up.
My map's yellow and blue, not pink like you were saying.
Are our maps different or the same?
What I'm seeing, I'm just saying I'm wondering to myself, am I colorblind? Did I just find out that I'm colorblind? Because I see yellow and blue.
What does
Well, that's
everyone
why
else
he's
see?
asking if it's different.
Mine's blue and orange
Yeah.
and
Yellowy.
some kind of a pinkish, maybe brown. I don't know. It's hard to see.
Yeah, very non-primary colors, so it's also kind of hard for me, but it's teal and pinkish and reddish is what I would go with.
Mine has teal and then 3 pink shades of pink red.
Yeah, mine's
Okay.
blue and yellow with yellowy, a golden yellow with light brown in the middle, kind of going across diagonally.
So, Moriarty, you have teal and pink and red-ish stuff?
Yes.
I have teal and pink and red. Cody, what'd you say your colors were?
Mine sounds a lot like Clacker's. It's blue and sand and brown.
Yeah.
Let me offer, each of you should be able to see distinct hard edges versus kind of soft edges. The soft edges are what's far below you and what would obviously be a painful fall. The hard edges, even though they are multicolored tiles, are bridges that are on your level.
Okay.
So, it sounds like maybe we need to coordinate with each other to find the way across?
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's gonna be very hard to do.
So the darker the color, the less opaque is, the higher the level. The height.
The squares with hard edges are all on the same level. So on the bottom, you should see 2 or 3 paths branching up from the bottom that are about 10 feet across each. Those are all on the same level as you.
Well,
I'm gonna need a moment to process what was just told to me. So the very bottom, the blue at the bottom, that is way down below, and then I don't know.
I'm sorry, let me see if I can make this more clear. The blue at the very bottom, there's 4 squares of a darker blue for you, Moriarty.
Yeah, the 4 squares of the teal that go all the way across.
That
Yes.
is the level that you are currently standing on. The kind of pale, pinkish, purplish red is what's far below you, but the salmon red and the lighter pink that's not tinged with purple, those are on the same level as the blue. So the 3 colors are all on the same level. It's the paler, more amorphous color that's down on the ground.
Okay.
and where are we on this?
At the south end.
Which, southeast or west, or does it not matter?
You came in at the south central.
South Central. Okay, so here's the deal. If I go forward, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps, I can take a right and stay on the path. Is that the same for everyone else?
No.
No.
Okay, so what happens if you take 8 steps forward? Do you take a right, a left, or keep going?
I think I can only take 4 steps forward and then it drops off in the middle.
Okay, Clacker?
Agreed.
Oh, from the middle? I can't do anything from the middle, but from a little bit off the middle, I can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps forward.
And then does it go right?
Yeah.
And then does it go all the way up to what looks like a 4?
No, then it drops off.
Okay, so we're all looking at different things,
Yarg.
is what's happening. Well,
Yeah,
I don't
that's here, the
know
well.
what the right path is. Is there any pebbles on the ground I can throw?
Yeah, there's some sand. Some little pebbles.
Can I scatter some sand and see if there's invisible floor?
You can. So you went up what on your map is the blue and then to the right, and you're scattering it on the red 4. Am I understanding that right?
On mine, yeah, there's a red 4, but it keeps going into I run into a 4, and then the 4's like stalk goes a little wonky at the end.
Yeah.
I'm at the 4, and I want to like throw something and see if there's anything in front of me.
Yep, so the red 4 that you're describing is on the same level as the blue that you're currently standing on. They're part of the same pathway.
Yeah, but like what? Okay, so I turn around. Like, you guys don't see this right in front of me.
I don't.
You guys don't.
No,
and I'm gonna take a step onto the red.
It's solid ground.
But it looks to them like I'm hovering, or what?
I think there's some miscommunication going on, which
Oh, okay. Suck.
it's no, I'm trying to figure out how to make it a little bit more clear because some amount of miscommunication is the purpose of this puzzle. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to explain what's in my head, and evidently the way I did this map is not sufficient for that.
Look, everyone, I'm hovering. That's how I understand what's happening right now.
How I understand what's happening is that it's like a Crash Bandicoot level, and we're gonna have to like jump. That's the only.
But there's a big gap for me, but in the middle. I'm assuming I need your cooperation.
Oh, in the middle is I get that blue color, but then
Yeah.
again, that's kind of the faded in between. So does that mean that's not on the same floor anymore?
Right, so the blue river in the middle that that Moriarty and Zachariah see. That Moriarty and Lucky see.
Hello! I'd be able to figure this out in moments!
That
I hope so, man.
that faded blue is indeed far, far below you. For the other two players, that blue that they see would not really be like a river of blue. It's more like a kind of grayish yellow color.
Okay. So that's what I thought was our far below as well.
Alright. Okay. So
Are we supposed to go down?
I think I have the 4 with where it goes off to the right and then jets down.
Yeah?
And towards the bottom right, I do have that shape.
Okay.
So maybe let's see.
I feel like Nathan just confused me more. Although I guess I was already confused, so now I just know that I'm confused. Someone else talk. I'll follow along.
Alright. Zachariah.
No.
Is not here. So Lucky,
Wow.
I'm
Yes,
gonna
sir.
need to rely on you. Alright. So we're standing in the exact middle at the very bottom. So go from the left side all the way at the end. I have, 4 squares up, and then 2 squares to the right of where the bottom is. I have a pathway that goes.
Should we tie a rope around somebody before they start walking off cliffs?
You could certainly do that.
I mean, maybe. But I was gonna see if, like,
Are we
there's-
going down? Because we can go down. If we're going down, let's go down.
Down looks clearly biohazardous and unsafe. There's like lava and acid and stuff.
Really worried about falling down.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the strange like yellowish gray color and the blue and the like darker kind of lilac reddish grayish color.
I don't know what lilac is. I'm gonna Google lilac.
Light purple, lavender.
Am I allowed to pump out?
You can you see the black map, right? That's the map that's pulled up.
Yeah, that's all I see at the moment is just blackness and then the handout.
Yeah, pulling your token out won't do anything. That's literally just a black square.
Oh.
I feel like I'm really struggling not being able to see the other people.
Can we be on the black
We're
map?
down here.
Okay, that does help, because then at least I can reference.
Yeah, can we see each other, Nathan?
You can see each other.
Okay. That will really help reference. So we're trying to go across, not trying to go down, right?
Yes.
Yarr.
Yes. On the
So-
opposite side, you do see like one of those circular discs that would connect to everything else. It's just a matter of getting there.
Okay, can that totem cast Dimension Door?
God, can it?
I think it can.
What I know it can do.
Our totem is an awesome totem. It has many abilities to do things.
Yes, it does.
The hags didn't think we'd have the totem of Tygal.
I mean, I think it also can cast blink and stuff like that.
Yep, cast Dimension Door is a free action for 1 charge.
Oh, well, maybe much ado about nothing. But I think maybe we can just go get it and come back for 2 charges.
I'm personally not gonna teleport across this room.
Okay, be right back. I teleport across the room.
Sure. You can pick up the disc and teleport back. That's just 2 charges down on the totem.
Okay, does anything bad happen to me?
Nope.
Are you mad at me?
Nope.
Thank God.
Will you explain the puzzle to me?
Yeah, my hope was that using color blindness, giving each of you a different form of color blindness, would lead to an interesting conversation that would translate really well over airwaves. My hope wasn't quite reality.
I still don't understand what you're saying.
I think it's, I don't know.
I think I kind of picked up on what we were
Okay.
supposed to do, but you kind of like,
I had
all
the
right,
middle
so
one.
you had the middle what?
In the Discord chat.
I copied all 3 of them into the Discord chat. So each of you were able to see different parts of which bridges were actually there. And so some of you could see bridges that others of you could not see. So Lucky had the right idea, like communicating with one another to figure out where there's a hole and where there's a bridge ahead. But expending resources from the totem works perfectly well as well.
So why could they see me standing on solid? That's what really threw me is I said what do they see when I'm standing on my 4? And what did they see when I was standing on my 4?
Moriarty would have seen you standing on the 4.
Grant, you threw me off when you said you, like, from dead middle, you just walk straight out. I was like, what?
I didn't say dead middle, I said the middle.
The middle has, like, goes off of the cliff.
I was gonna say that threw me off too because there's a cliff right in the middle, and I was like, okay, we're clearly looking at something very different.
Okay. Yeah, that's rough. What is happening?
Seriously.
Well,
I never have that problem.
yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that would have been a more enjoyable and interesting challenge than it was, but
I'm sorry, Nathan. I ruined your puzzle.
it's okay. You got
I'm
around
sorry.
it. Puzzles are meant to be solved.
I was figuring it out. Like, I was ready to kind of try to do this.
I was noticing, like, I could see the darker spots on mine as well, where I'm like, okay, is that a bridge? And I can't really see, but other people can see it.
My question, so, like, so it's just hard, your thing was, like, the hard edges are all just the platform, right?
Yeah, I wish I could have figured out a way to explain that better. The trick is explaining, like, 2 very similar colors in different ways, because the colors have to be close enough that color blindness filters out parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is playing on some sort of real world color blindness that I have, but like map 1 and map 2 and 3 look very different to me. Like, to the point to where like, but 2 and 3 look very similar. Like, I don't even see a difference in them.
You don't see a difference in maps 2 and 3?
I do.
No.
I see, like, 1 is the middle, like, map 2 is more yellow, map 3 is, like, more orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what does that change with the platforms?
It doesn't, other than adding
same.
more confusion about how you describe each color. Maps 2 and 3, as far as I'm aware, I have no color blindness. Maps 2 and 3 are very, very similar. So each of the 3 maps depict what...
We're all learning we're colorblind.
Yeah.
That's why, when, like, you were like, it's pink and blue. I was like, did I just find out in real time that I'm colorblind? Like, is this?
Right. And when you typed that in the chat, I was like, can you say that out loud? And then I realized, oh wait, maybe Alex doesn't want to admit that he might be colorblind. But Nathan, knew that wasn't actually what was happening. But anyway, each of the 3 maps represent what it looks like for someone who is missing either the blue, red, or green rod in their eye. I can't remember which map exactly corresponds with which one, but yeah, I ran those through like real world simulators to give you the different maps.
These hags are intense.
I mean, I figured out kind of like, dude, like the path. Now.
I thought I had it. I thought I understood we needed to communicate the path across with who saw what. And then the second I stepped out onto mine and I said, what do I see? Or what do they see? That's when I lost it.
It was, you threw me so far off when you're like, we're in the middle, right? And then you just walk straight out, and I was like, what? And then there's a 4, like you just walked straight out to. I was like, my 4 does not line up with that at all. So confused.
Yeah,
It's like,
I think he was describing the center blue path, turning right on the center blue path, which takes him to the 4.
yeah.
I see the 4 now. Yeah.
Oh, it's a literal 4. I feel like such an idiot now.
No,
Like,
I couldn't really see it from our vantage point.
Yeah, so we'd go
God
that or
for the
just
Totem of
fall on the
Tygal.
floor.
Thank God for the Totem of Tygal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those hags never saw this coming.
Okay.
Yeah,
don't
what
let me
kind
decide
of
the next-
rods do fish have? Like, do you have the same rods
What?
as humanoids? Can you see color the same way as me?
I think I do.
I think there are some fish that have more rods than we do and can see more colors than we can. I know there are
I
butterflies
know
that
there's
can.
a shrimp that does.
Mantis shrimp
There's a
have
shrimp,
a ton
yeah.
of rods.
Well, don't let me pick the next hole because I picked that one and that one was a little complicated.
Oh, cats only see blue and yellow. Fun fact.
Yeah, same with dogs. Dogs aren't actually colorblind in the sense of everything is gray. It's a scale of blue, brown, and yellow. Or like all of the reds just kind of fade to a brown.
Alright.
Fade to Brown is my favorite heat
Well,
metal
okay.
song.
I'll take the. do you want me to put it on, or you can put it on the wheel thing? I don't really care.
I toss it to him.
I'll put it with the others on the wheel. Wheel
All right.
thingy.
Which one did we just go on?
The farthest, most right, middle.
That's the one. Now, Lucky, you were observing something about the pattern of the holes.
Oh, I guess now that we're up here, I can see that if you kind of connect the dots with these guys, I'm getting a weird thing.
Oh, the arches.
Hmm. They make a triple spiral. Not a triple helix. That implies 3 dimensions. A triple spiral
Ah.
into the center of the well.
One for each hag.
So I was saying that this one was the end of the spiral, but now that I see it, yeah, I don't know if that's the case. Should we go into this center one and see what's going on? Right here?
I mean, it's as good as the next one, isn't it? I think.
Well, some of the holes have been notably worse than other holes.
I'm
So I
just
don't know
saying
if
we
that's
have,
a true
Indeed.
statement.
we have no idea what's about
It's sort
to
of a
happen.
shotgun
Might as-
blast effect.
What's a shotgun?
A cannon. A cannon with buckshot. I don't know. What do they call it in Sea of Thieves?
A blunderbust.
I forgot I'm scared of you. Never mind.
There's nothing to be scared of. I'm the same guy that you came here with.
You said you want power to steer the world, and then thunder came out of you.
Well, Yol gave me the power to steer the world.
Who the fuck is Yold?
We've established that party as a
He's
code.
the god of moose.
I'm
and
saying-
thunder.
Metaphorically, who is Yold?
The All-Father.
He could believe that the world should all return to the fish for all we know.
It's not so bad being a fish. You could be a catfish.
I'll be the true winner of that world. I'll catch them all.
You'll never catch all the fish, Moriarty. You need to get over that hump.
You say that, but I could catch you right now.
Well, as long as it's catch and release, I don't...
Moira starts flinging the line on his rod.
Better be catch and release. Or else it's gonna be all cannibalism debate.
Well, you're more fish now.
Did you all collectively decide on that center
I
hole?
think we're
for the
going
next?
down the center hole.
Okay, so this one is about 60 feet down. You enter a very dark room. Again, Moriarty, if you're leading the way with a torch, you can
Torch.
illuminate it. Yeah.
Good.
So, okay, so you get to the end of a hallway and you see this enormous stone wheel, very much like the ones that you've been moving up top, except that this one is slowly moving on its own, like an enormous cog. Think like treadmill walking speed.
All right. Just gonna watch it for a second, see if anything pops out at me.
Nothing pops out.
All right.
It's just a big spinning disc. It fills up the whole room.
It fills up the whole room that Moriarty's light illuminates. Moriarty's light illuminates what a torch is like 20 feet bright, 20 feet dim. On kind of the edge of the 20 feet dim, there's a stone wall that is blocking you from seeing any further, but the wall appears to curve along the rotation of the wheel.
Is it the floor rotating, or is this thing like rolling around the room?
The floor itself is rotating slowly. It's like a giant lazy Susan.
It's like a fun house.
Yeah.
I've heard of these. They're called floating nannies. It's how you store goods in corner cabinets.
Right.
Remind me to sing you the song of old floating nannies someday. I hop on. It looks like fun.
I spin more rhymes than a lazy nanny, and I killed all the hags except the rhymin' granny. I step on.
Whee!
All right, so that's 2 of you. You rotate a few feet away, but at the edge of, at the edge of the light from Moriarty, there's a, gateway, which is currently closed. And when the 2 of you bump up against it, the floor just keeps going from under you, and so you have to kind of hop and skip to stay standing up.
Let's go check the other side.
Running against the pole of the stone disc reveals much the same. There's a blocked gateway.
What's up? Is there any holes at the top?
Smooth stone wall.
If we wait long enough, does anything come around on the floor that might be like a socket or a hole?
Nope. At this point, Moriarty and Clacker are still off of it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so nothing.
For some reason, I think Code's telling us we have to get on there, Clacker.
You know, I think you might be right.
Yeah, Yold's guidance kinda suggesting that.
Stop pulling that BS out of your ass.
What?
Alright. Yold hasn't told us anything about this room.
Yold is in constant communication with me.
I'm calling bullshit right now.
I'm pretty sure he's in Cliffs Bay riding around the landscape with Kenawan, as I understand it correctly.
I touch Moriarty and give him guidance. Yold's guidance.
Oh, alright, Clacker, let's go.
With all 4 of you on the disc, the first doorway, the one upstream of the rotation, does open. As you pass through it, Moriarty's torch flickers out, and those of you with dark vision cannot see.
Ah, shit.
Fuck.
Darkness completely envelops you, and so we cannot see what happens to you until next week.
Oh no!
This has been the Kaleidosphere, To Whom the Sea Belongs. Thank you so much for listening to this epic voyage. We would love to hear from you, so please go to linktree/the Kaleidosphere to get links to our Twitter, our email, and our Discord. You can contact us at any of the 3, but the Discord is the best place to be, best place to hang out with us. This campaign is dedicated to Brandon, who we hold in loving memory. To Whom the Sea Belongs is a campaign set in the Kaleidosphere. That's kale, like the vegetable, Ido, I-D-O, sphere. Join us next week, and we might shed a little light on the situation.
Hey, look, it's dark in here.